Hello everyone, this is Richard with Richard's Beer Review, and today I got a pretty interesting beer for you guys. It's called Dosvidanya by Distill Brewery. This is it, Distill Brewery, and the name is Dosvidanya. It's described as a rye whiskey barrel aged Russian style Imperial Stout. So it's a rye whiskey barrel aged Russian style Imperial Stout. It's just the company that makes it is called Distill Brewery, and Distill is in Norman, Illinois. So can we trust an American brewery to make such a style-defining beer such as a true Russian style Imperial Stout? And the answer is yes, because American microbreweries have become great at not only bringing back styles that were almost lost in time in the past, but they're also improving on those styles and making them even better. So why do I describe this beer as a true Russian style Imperial Stout? If you remember from my previous videos, I talk about Imperial Stouts. The Imperial Stouts was a style of beer brew. Well, the stout was brewed in England all throughout the 1700s. And in the late 1700s, the Catherine the Great commission brewing of stout that it was stronger. It was stronger than England's stout, which stout is a type of ale, which is a stout means strong. So a stout is a strong ale, but for the Russian it wasn't strong enough. So they brew it even stronger. And because it was brewed for the imperial family, it became known as Imperial Stout. Nowadays, the word imperial is used among many styles of beer, like you've heard of Imperial IPA, just to mean strong or double. But originally, there was only one kind of imperial beer, and that was the Imperial Stout that was brewed in the late 1700s for Catherine the Great of Russia. Dosvidanya, which means goodbye, is not just one beer for this brewery. It's actually a lot of beers under this name with different flavors. So some of the flavors are bourbon barrel aged, rye whiskey barrel aged, which is what I got here. They got one called Mexican chocolate, Russian style stout named Mexican chocolate, whatever, you know. So they got one called orange chocolate, and they got even a flavor called cookies and cream. So this brewery, Distill Brewery in Norman, Illinois, it's really having fun. Apparently, we're brewing different beers, and that's real cool. That's what microbreweries bring to the brewing world. So Dosvidanya is, like I said, it means goodbye in Russia. And whiskey, and they say that because originally all the Dosvidanya series of beers were made from barrel age. And with their explanation they have, I mean, I don't know how much true that is, but the little explanation in the back is that they're saying goodbye to this whiskey barrels or bourbon barrels, because the beer has to sit in those whiskey or bourbon barrels for many months, many years. And the other thing about it is pretty interesting. If you notice the front of it, It's got the figure of a famous, you know, those little famous Russian, they're called nesting dolls. And they describe this beer like, just like a nesting doll. You have to go through many layers of oak before you get to the prize, which is the beer, and in this case, you know, the little nesting doll in the center. So that's this, what they say about why they use the nesting doll and the name Dosvidanya. So I can't wait. I've never had this beer before. So I'm about to pop it open and check it out. And I think my boy Anthony is going to join me to see what he thinks about it. Okay, we are back and getting ready to try Dosvidanya. Dosvidanya is a rye whiskey barrel aged Russian style Imperial Stout. So we got Anthony here to get his take on it.
The youngster opinion.
Stout beers are supposed to be dark, so I'm expecting a dark beer, and their foam is usually brownish. So we'll check it out. We got our snifters here. So we're gonna pour it. Look at that. Oh yeah, baby. Look at that. Isn't that delicious? It just looks delicious.
I'm not going to be drinking too much, but yeah.
Now this beer has 13.8% alcohol. So it's a pretty strong beer. Imperial Stout, stout means strong. So if you're drinking a stout, it's already a strong beer. So you'll be in the 5%, 6% alcohol. And an Imperial Stout is even stronger. That's how the Russians like it, the Ruskies. So this is not only a strong beer, but it's also a very bitter beer. It has an IBU of 94. IBU stands for International Bitterness Units. And if you're over 40, you're in the bitter territory. And this is 94. It only goes up to 100. So this is a little Russian nesting doll. So we're going to try it out. So smell it first.
Yeah, it sounds pretty good.
Yeah. You can smell chocolate, coffee. And you can smell some whiskey there.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say that's what it tastes like a combination of chocolate, coffee, and whiskey.
And beer.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah. This is delicious. Isn't that good?
It's good. I'm just not a huge fan of coffee. It has a little bit of coffee, but it's good. But
now this is not a beer that you find everywhere. You're not going to find it in your local HEB. Well, actually, I bought it at HEB, but I bought it in one of those gigantor HEBs where they have like as much beer as specs, and it's pretty pricey beer. This beer was $14.
yeah, it's like chocolate.
Yeah, so for this one can, it's $14. It's pretty pricey beer. So a 6-pack will cost you about $80 for a 6-pack. What do you think about that, Anthony? I don't think you guys are gonna.
I'm investing in.
You're not gonna find too much of this at the college parties. But this is again, this is Imperial Stout. So in the world of beers, there's two kinds of beer drinkers. Sometimes the same one, but we drink for two different reasons. One, refreshing, gets you a buzz. And that's what most people drink it. That's why most of our beers that we drink are lagers. Very little flavor, very cold, refreshing, and they get you a buzz. That's what they drink in college. That's what they drink in the beach, in the bowl games. Then there's the other type of beer drinker, And that's where I fall into. The ones that we drink it because of the love of all the different tastes that beer has. And then this is what you drink. You drink ales. You drink ales. And this is a type of ale, which is a stout. And on the stout category, this is an Imperial Stout. And you get all these wonderful flavors. And these are beers that go the extra step. Like it says here, they've been in a whiskey barrel, some are in a bourbon barrel, and they throw all these additional flavors and it takes longer, and that's why they cost more. And there's a reason they cost more. So anyway, I hope you guys
I feel like it's not even, you said the bitter thing was like super high. I feel like it's not that bad. It's not like,
you know what happens? Like my favorite beer that we reviewed last time, Dogfish Head. Dogfish Head, when you try it,
I feel that was stronger than this.
yeah, well, Dogfish, this is a 13% alcohol.
Like the taste was like,
Well, the Dogfish Head is 18%.
oh.
So, but in the Dogfish Head, it's also an Imperial Pale Ale, and this is an Imperial Stout. So Dogfish Head bitterness is, they just say over. That means it's over 100. But it didn't feel bitter, right? So does this one, doesn't feel bitter. The reason is, when you get to such high levels of alcohol, such as, anything over 8%, 13%, this is 13 and Dogfish is like 16 to 18. Nobody really knows, because if you look at different websites, they'll put it at 16% or some are 18. But the alcohol ferments and gives you a sweetness to it.
It's literally like a whiskey beer. That's what it tastes like.
It's like a whiskey age. And so, people pay a lot of money for a good whiskey. And so it just makes sense that a little whiskey taste in beer, it's a great combination. So if you want to savor some whiskey, coffee, chocolate, all in one and enjoy it for $13 is probably not a bad deal, or $12.
Yeah, if you sip it and smoke a cigar, that would
I don't want to drink much. You already drunk your whole beer.
Well, yeah, but I don't want to drink any more than that.
Okay.
I'm just, I guess, a quick drinker.
Not with this, guys. You should.
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah, obviously, you should just be sipping that, but
Yeah. But it was good, huh? Okay.
it got better as I tasted it more.
So again, you can leave a comment if you have a beer you wanted to review. And I hope you like this beer review. And like they say in Russia, Dosvidanya, suckers.